2004 World Juggling Federation Championships from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we're going to be starting with the best from the women's club division and then moving on to the 6-club team passing finals. I'm Penn, Jillette, and joining me is one of the world's smartest men when it comes to juggling, Ben Jennings.
Thanks, Penn. Let's get started.
Now, the moves you'll hear referenced again and again are standard moves that are done with different props and in different ways. Back crosses are throws that go behind the back, usually called back crosses when done with both hands. Body throws, where the clubs are thrown between the legs from front to back or from back to front or combined together. Kick-ups are when the club is on the foot and is kicked up. And of course, 360s and 180s. You can turn almost any move into a 360 or a 180 just by throwing it higher and spinning around. A 360 is, of course, complete spin of the body while the props are in the air. A 180 is a half turn, and you get the idea from there. Here's the rundown on how this competition will be scored. Each move that the competitors execute is valued at a different level of difficulty. All competitors must execute 13A, 10B, and 5C level moves. D, E, and X level moves are extremely difficult moves and get bonus points. You can also get bonus points by connecting one move right into another. We'll get started with the finals from the World Juggling Federation Women's Division and the Advanced 6-Club Team Passing Competitions right after this.
The 2004 World Juggling Federation Championships is brought to you by The Passing Zone, America's #1 comedy and juggling duo at PassingZone.com. The WJF.com for the very best instructional books, videos, and juggling equipment.
We are back and just getting started with the World Juggling Federation Women's Division Club Competition Finals. First up in the women's division is Olga Galchenko from Penn, Russia. Olga is 14 years old. She's the youngest competitor in this entire competition, and she seems to be starting out in a good mood here. Amazing thing about Olga is, as you're watching this, keep in mind that this is not what she does best. With her brother Vova, she'll be competing in the club passing competition, and she's even better in that. But that's not to take anything away from her solo juggling. I mean, she is one of the best. She does moves that the top male competitors have difficulty with. So her team passing with her brother, which you'll see later in the program, it's just off the charts.
But it's the solo juggling that makes her the foundation of a really good team passer.
Yeah, she's doing some body throws there. I love the expression on Olga Galchenko's face when she's juggling because she really doesn't care.
Well, yeah. And it's just amazing to see someone so good who doesn't seem to care how good they are. I hope she sticks with it and doesn't quit. That would be such a waste of her skill.
Wow, there's a one-up front walkover. I didn't even know she did that. Very nice one-up 720 with a little trouble on the re-entry, but she keeps going.
And overall, just really solid performance. Backwards 360 there. Don't see many of the guys doing that one.
Yeah, that was nice. Now watch, there's one drop. Now see, you may be disappointed by the drop. Not nearly as disappointed as Olga is. Her day is now ruined. She will be doing all these moves that no other woman can do in the world, and she's now bumped. Look at that. She's still carrying that last drop that we've all forgotten about. I just love the lack of showbiz. There's just nothing cheesy. There's nothing circus. There's nothing. She's just juggling, doing impossibly hard tricks. Again, the goal is to juggle as perfectly as possible and demonstrate complete control while doing things that are out of control. There's a 3-up 360 out of 4 clubs. Minor correction with the club on the wrong end. Also, Olga just recently started to catch the clubs on the right end. Before Jason Garfield started training her, she and her brother didn't care really where they caught the clubs at all, as long as it didn't end up on the ground. So this whole catch the club on the handle thing is fairly new to Olga.
But now they know the right way to do things.
And she just catches them, and she does not care. Right now, Olga doesn't hear a thing from the crowd. She's just thinking, I dropped the club 3 minutes ago, my life is over. Perfect. You see where the hand moved?
Perfect.
The hand was waiting for it. There's 3-up with a 360. A little bit of a lot of a recovery.
Just rushed setting up the pattern when she came back into it there. But second drop in this whole routine, it's really not too shabby. And there she goes. Much better set up there.
Well, that was great.
Completely under control now. And a 3 up 180. Very nice form. Very nice.
Every throw is a different move. There's two kinds of body throws, separated with a blind behind the back catch.
And here's that 5 club 3 up 360. And you can see she threw the last club a bit too far back, and looks like she actually caught one of the clubs on the knobs and had to correct. But in real time, all these errors are virtually unnoticeable.
You know, I gotta tell you, of all the jugglers here, you have my favorite style.
Why?
I think you are the perfect punk juggler. I just love that you do these impossible things completely blasé and distracted. That's really great. You've been aware you're doing that?
I'm just tired, that's why I'm so...
Well, it looks very, very good on you. I think you did great.
Olga Galchenko's score is 8.28.
It's the highest score we've seen here in IndyCar.
Yeah.
You did great, Olga. Hey, you did great. 8.28 for Olga Galchenko. Not a bad score considering, she's 14. Up next, we have Gena Shvartsman, also from Russia, but now living in New York. Gena's not quite as shy as Olga, so she allowed us to interview her.
My name is Gena Shvartsman. I'm originally from Russia, Rostov. I am a full-time professional juggler. I've been juggling for over 15 years. I practice from about 3 to 4 hours, and it also depends on what show that I'll be performing in. Such as for this occasion, I was practicing a lot. I would say from 4 to 5 hours every day. Yeah, my interest will always be in juggling. I love it.
Gena's 21 years old. She's been juggling since she was 6, so she started practicing 1 year before Olga was born. But it shows, and of course she's confident in what she's doing since she's been doing it for so long. But this is her first time in a competition like this, so almost every combination she's doing here is brand new to her, and she's only been working on them for the past week. Before this competition, she had no reason to do a routine with combinations this difficult, but just watch how well she pulls that off.
And that's the thing of a real professional, having such control over every move that you can just put new combinations together when you've got the moves under that much control.
Right. I love this trick because it doesn't look that hard and it's really impossible, which for this kind of competition is the kind of thing you want.
So with this routine, you'll notice, unlike Olga's routine, all of the moves are done in connection.
Right. So far, she's combined 8 moves together without any normal throws in between. Each move has gone right into another move.
And we're all talking A, B, A, C combinations here, so she's getting some significant bonus points.
Sure. Oh, man. Behind the back combinations.
Kicking that club up straight into a blind catch behind the back. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a great move. Now she's doing no spin on the clubs.
And still all in combination. No regular juggling at all. This is just insane.
Yeah, but now she's hitting the handles. This is kind of circusy showbizy right there. We don't care much about that, neither will the judges. There's a shower with clubs. Wow.
And the one-up walkover in combination with a 3-up 360. Just completely solid. And still we're in the same combination, so all of these moves will be getting connection bonuses.
Well, that was great. Back into flat throws and then to a 2-stage 720. And finally, back to a few normal throws.
But only 4 normal throws, and now she's on to her next combination. And then finishing with a ridiculous spinning combination there.
Hey, look at that, see, that's show busy. Imagine Olga Galchenko doing that exact move.
Yeah, I just don't think that would work.
See, Gena feels good about this performance. She's very, very happy. Olga is still miserable.
Well, Olga's not as confident in herself as she should be. She doesn't realize just how good she is.
Of course.
A little 360 there, but she won't get any bonus points for that. That was just for style, because it was only 1 club.
And the skirt is not even wrinkled. Now there, she puts the club back on her head while juggling 5, then continues to juggle 4 with the balance.
Significantly more difficult than just placing it there and then dropping into the juggle.
Beautiful.
Nothing looks out of control. Everything's just perfect.
And under the legs, which is a crowd pleaser for obvious reasons.
And pretty challenging as well. And you just see this whole routine is an order of magnitude more difficult than Olga's, and Olga's was hard enough.
Yeah, this is an amazing performance. There have been no drops. There's the 5, there's the spin, and the yes at the end, showing that her English is getting better all the time.
Look at this combination. This is just unbelievably difficult. This is a D plus B plus D plus B combination. That gets her a full half point in bonuses alone, and just executed perfectly. I wouldn't make one deduction at all.
was amazing. Did you do it like that every time in practice, or did you get lucky?
The practice ones were a bit more perfect.
More perfect?
Yeah. On this one, I'm a bit more disappointed than the practice ones because my connection wasn't as precise as it should be, but we'll see about the score.
Well, the audience didn't notice. Let's see if the judges did. I certainly couldn't see anything wrong with it.
Gena Shvartsman's score is 9.83.
So the final results of the women's division, Gena Shvartsman wins with an impressive 9.83. She is the World Juggling Federation Women's Division Club Champion. Man, that's a lot of words. We'll be back with the advanced 6 club passing finals right after this. Okay, we're back and just getting started with the advanced 6 club team passing competition. Here's some of the basic terminology that's used. Now, ultimate passing refers to a pattern where both jugglers pass to each other using both hands, as opposed to the basic pattern in which they pass with their right and juggle to themselves with the left. Back-to-back is, of course, passing while standing back-to-back. Back to front, well, you can use the same formula for decoding what actually is going on. Tomahawks are throws made like this. Shoulder throws are passed over the shoulder, and back crosses are passed behind the back. There, that's all you need. Now you're an expert on juggling lingo. Well, we're coming back with what I am most excited about. This is Olga and Vova Galchenko. To me, club passing is the greatest juggling. It's what I love the most. It's teamwork and skill. And these two are, I hate to beat the judges to the punch, but they're the best in the world. Also, look at that. Look at that showbiz. They could not care less. They're just kids, and they're already better than anybody else in the world. They're doing stuff that, well, these throws you will see other people do. But I believe, having looked over their routine and seen them practice, they'll be doing stuff that no one in the world can do at all, and they will be doing perfectly.
Well, they started so young and recently had good training, so now they've just progressed faster than any other team that I've ever seen. Just look at how easy they make it look. Notice how it seems as the clubs just fly through the air and they're just standing there to catch them. And a beautiful transition into a synchronous back-to-back with 360s as well. And transitioning directly into asynchronous back-to-back, 1 count.
Yeah, that was difficult. Now this back-to-front transition is absolutely amazing. They switch positions right in the middle of the move. Most teams would be happy to just pull this off from one position. Olga and Vova do both. They go directly from one right into the other.
Everything just looks so easy for them. And that whole back-to-back, back-to-front was all in combination, so they're getting connection bonuses there. Now they've transitioned into ultimate shoulder throws. They're the only team that have ever done that in competition, or otherwise that I've seen.
And look at Olga, just pure concentration, doesn't care about anything but the clubs.
Now we're into 1 count ultimate back crosses. And Olga starts throwing them as well, so she's on singles and he's on doubles for the timing to 1 count. And a really clean performance there, just ridiculous stuff.
Everybody else might as well just go home. Now here we are again. Those ultimate double back crosses are extremely difficult. She has to throw under his throws and he has to throw over hers. The clubs are passing by each other on the same side, so they have to space them out just right so that they don't hit.
Yeah, and you'll notice she's throwing single spins and he's throwing double to get that height differential. Very clean. Look at that. Perfect.
Must have felt pretty good about that. There were no mistakes, is that right?
Yeah.
Not one drop?
No one dropped.
You feel perfect?
Yeah.
The score for Vova and Olga Galchenko, 9.95.
Here comes Thorsten and Philip from Germany, and I think they should be fairly relaxed.
We have no pressure.
There's exactly no pressure. There's no chance of beating Vova and Olga. Their chances of winning here is 0.
They might pull something out of the hat.
Now you can see how this stuff really does look hard when it's done by Germans here. They're doing the body throws. You see how their legs come up and they have to adjust See that he caught it on the wrong end, and then he had to flip it around there. There's a lot of correction. They're not dropping, but it's also just not as pretty as Olga and Vova's juggling.
And they'll be getting deductions for all of those corrections.
Right, but you'll see. There's one hitting the floor. But you can, even when it doesn't hit the ground, watch the difference. He's constantly moving to make corrections to the throws. With Olga and Vova, the clubs just landed right where they wanted them to. Now these guys are showing you just how difficult it is to make juggling look easy. They're constantly adjusting. It's never like they know the trick. It's always like they're getting lucky when they catch it. The clubs always want to be on the ground, whereas with Olga and Vova, the clubs seem to want to be in the air. Now these guys are good. I mean, 5 years ago, these guys would have been the best in the world.
Nice little demonstration of his ability to juggle 5 clubs, but no points at all for that.
I don't know why this is a team trick. Okay, they're passing it off that way. Okay, so now they're doing flat throws. Well, now they're doing really flat throws.
And you notice the whole move density here in relation to Olga and Vova. Everything was move. And here there's some big gaps where there's just regular passing and no moves. Very few moves done directly in combination, so they won't be getting many connection bonuses.
Body throws, both hands, ultimate passing. Very nice. The crowd likes him. The crowd is starting to forget the Russians so they can enjoy the Germans. Oh, see, now he's correcting every throw. Well, they're stopping again, but here they go. Now, what you want to watch when the clubs come from one to the other one, how much correction they're having. Sometimes they don't do enough correction. Now, this is not a lot of drops. If you look at the percentages, the catches they're making are much greater than the drops they make. You notice when they come around the spins, they don't really know where they are. Now, this is cool. This is something that Vova and Olga don't do, this side-by-side passing. If you have a recording device at home, record this and then show it before you watch Olga and Vova and see how impressed you are. I mean, this would blow you away. This is standing ovation anywhere, but these too few, to use a German word, schmucks, come out after Olga and Vova, and so they look like also-rans, but nobody can do this. And they end on a drop, which always makes jugglers feel great. But they're in a good mood. They got nothing to lose. And here we have the replay of the side-to-side passing, which lasts a lot longer in slow motion. This is a great-looking move.
The score for Philip Prochnow and Thorsten Barucha, 8.26.
.26, second best score of the night. They can't complain about that. We come back. There's only one team left. They represent the United States of America. Jonathan Root and Bill Berry will compete when we come back.
The 2004 World Juggling Federation Championships is brought to you by The Passing Zone, America's #1 comedy and juggling duo at PassingZone.com. The WJF.com for the very best instructional books, videos, and juggling equipment.
Well, back to the World Juggling Federation 6-club team passing finals. We've had Russia and Germany represented, and now it's time for the United States of America with Jonathan Root and Bill Berry. Okay, now I know these guys. See, they're going to do shtick here.
We have to beat 995. Got a lot of work ahead of us. Relax.
Okay, they're doing jokes. They're getting laughs from the audience.
They know they're never going to beat Olga and Vova, but they're going to go out and try to put on a good show.
Now, see, look at Jonathan's feet. When you club pass, you stagger your feet so that your right foot is back a little bit so there's room for the arms to work. He keeps his feet together, straight front, like he was working solo. And so instead of moving the clubs move him. Every time he catches, every time he throws, there's movement in the whole body.
Well, that depends on your technique and whether you're doing a right-handed pattern or a both-handed pattern. An even stance is fine when you're doing both-handed passing, but here everything's just passing with his right hand, so there's no reason for him not to have his right foot back.
Sure. Behind the back there, good, fine. This is all stuff that I can do. I could be representing the U.S. out here. We haven't seen any really hard tricks. A little catch on the foot, Looks nice. They're having a good time. Okay, that's the difference between the Americans and the Russians and the Germans in all things. The Americans are always having a good time. And we're going to give, if we give congeniality and happiness, I think these guys win easy.
But in this competition, there are no points for smiling.
Naturally. Nice catch at the end, and he's pointing to the other guy because maybe no one noticed he was on stage. Okay, they do a little high five with the club. There certainly is camaraderie, there certainly is esprit de corps, but there's not a lot of technical skill. Now, these are really hard combinations for Jonathan. Jonathan's moving his arms, his hands, his face, his ears, his nose, his throat. It takes his entire body, whereas Olga and Vova only use the body parts that relate to the move.
Well, they're doing some hard moves. It's just in relation to Olga and Vova. It's not in the same league.
In every one of these cases, the guy throwing shouldn't get the credit. It's the guy that's catching that garbage. Look at that. It's just, they're doing a fine job of saving. They're doing fine. Now, see, if you saw...
Oops.
Yeah, okay. He couldn't have caught that one. No way to catch it when it's sliding along the floor by the time it gets to you. But you know, there are very few good teams out there. I mean, most jugglers can't even get along with their props. Combining the frustration of juggling at this level with the frustration of just being with another person in the world, it's not going to last too long. So really, enjoy Olga and Vova while they can still stand each other, and get used to more team juggling at, well, this skill level. I love Root and Barry. They're good performers, they're great guys, and I think if they were sitting here commentating on what they're doing, they'd be saying the same stuff. They know fully well that Olga and Vova are the best in the world, and they're just out there being good sports. What we have with the Russians is skill, what we have with Americans is sportsmanship.
Which is, of course, what you want in a competition.
I saw them do this in practice, and it's a really nice trick. I really like this. And this is a showstopper. Of course, I believe Olga and Vova could do it without practicing.
Of course. Now that's a tough move. Every move behind the back on a one count backwards.
Look how hard he's working. Oh, they do a spin at the end, and even their final little showpiece of catch. United States of America! God bless America! Jonathan Root and Bill Barry, the Americans, born in the USA.
The score for Jonathan Root and Bill Barry, 8.65.
8.65. In the sixth club passing competition, big shocker, Olga and Vova Galchenko from Penn, Russia, win first place with 9.95. They are the World Juggling Federation sixth club team passing champions. From the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Penn Jillette along with Ben Jennings saying, learn how to juggle. We did. And thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.